And joining us now to talk about opening day for the MLB is Stephanie Epstein. She's a senior writer covering MLB for Sports Illustrated and also a graduate of Columbia University's journalism school. Thanks so much for being here. We appreciate it. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing well, thanks. Just back from the ballpark, actually.
Hey, well, it's busy again on your beat, to say the least. In broad strokes, before we get down to the nitty-gritty, what do you think it means, even in an altered form, to have baseball back after a year in the middle of this pandemic?
I think it means a lot to players, to fans, I think it means a lot to everyone involved, really. The players talked about having sort of butterflies playing in front of fans in spring training, and I think that's only more true once you get 10 or 12,000 people into a house. I was surprised, Yankee Stadium got pretty loud with 10,000 people in there. I thought it might be a little cavernous, but it was not. They really made themselves heard. I think people were there very early. In New York, especially, you have to produce a negative COVID test or proof of vaccination. So people really had to think about this days in advance, and people got there very early to get screened. I think people really wanted to be a part of it.
Absolutely. It is a welcome sight, and especially nice to see real human beings and not those cutouts in the stands. It's really nice to see that. Talk a little bit about the National Mets game, though. That got canceled because we had some positive COVID tests, and that was really setting up to be kind of the marquee event. It was nighttime, under the lights, nation's capital, national TV. What happened there? Yeah,
Scherzer, DeGrom. It was going to be an incredible matchup, and I think it was a reminder that we are still in a pandemic. As people are getting vaccinated and there is hope and the weather's warming up and baseball's back, but we're still really very much in the midst of this thing. And so I think one thing the league learned last year pretty quickly was that you need to postpone games as soon as there are tests. So where they ran into trouble last year was trying to play through some of these outbreaks, and this outbreak has gotten worse since this morning. So I think they definitely made the right choice to postpone the game. It's going to start to get a little bit challenging, I think. Last year, making up games was easier because teams were playing regional schedules. This year, it's going to start to be hard if teams start having to miss 2 or 3 games against an opponent from across the country who maybe they're not scheduled to see again. This, fortunately, was a divisional rivalry, so they can make that up. But this is definitely something to keep an eye on. It's hard with 162 to make up these games.
It is a very long season. I don't envy the head of logistics for the MLB going into this season. Also, though, the league did put into place interesting protocols in terms of a certain percentage of players on a team testing positive, or I'm sorry, getting vaccinated in terms of loosening some restrictions. Explain that a little bit.
Yeah, the league has said that if 85% or more of the tier 1 personnel, so that's players, coaches, basically all the people who are around the players regularly, if 85% of those people get vaccinated, they can start loosening some of their restrictions. So those players could have family with them on the road. They could leave their hotel room without permission. They could gather in small groups. They might be allowed to eat at a restaurant outdoors, things like that, things that they currently are prohibited from doing. It's pretty strict. It's supposed to be pretty strict lockdown right now. And I think the league hopes that it can incentivize people to get back to normal a little bit, incentivize getting the vaccine so that they can start to feel a little bit more normal. 162 games is a very long season to be locked up. And I think players are willing to do pretty much anything to get out of that. And as the vaccine becomes more available for healthy, non-frontline workers like baseball players, I think people are pretty excited to get it.
Players and fans alike. Literally 10 seconds, 3 teams to watch this season, on a lighter note.
Sure. The Padres, for sure. The Dodgers and the Yankees, I think, are the clear top 3 in the sport right now. And I think we're going to have Padres and Dodgers especially. We're going to have a lot of really fun games between those two. All
right, let's play ball and keep everybody safe. Stephanie, thanks so much for your time tonight. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoy the season.
Thanks.
It is good. It is a welcome sign, right? Obviously, it's going to be a weird season. We fingers crossed that COVID doesn't wreck too many games or what have you. But it is another sign that there's light at the end of this long tunnel.
Somewhat of a return to normalcy.
Yeah.
At least it feels like it at the ballpark, maybe.
Weird season, but not as weird as 2020. At least there is a season.